Look at these two screens. On the left, a CEO demands an immediate wire transfer. On the right, a highly personal, hostile voicemail from a former partner. They represent two completely different types of communication, but they share a single origin. Neither of them is real. Back in the 2010s, generating fake digital content required massive server farms, specialized knowledge of deep learning, and significant capital. Today, anyone with a browser has access to generative AI. Generative AI tools have countless productive uses. Deepfakes are a specific, malicious application of that technology. They are synthetic media engineered with the explicit intent to deceive or demean others. Bad actors now manipulate sensory input across 4 distinct vectors: forging written text, generating fabricated images, cloning human audio, and synthesizing hyper-realistic video. For thousands of years, humans evaluated reality by trusting their eyes and ears. The democratization of AI has turned that biological instinct into a liability. Let's look at how this plays out on an individual level. An attacker wants to execute a retaliation campaign against a former partner using consumer AI tools available right now. This diagram illustrates the mechanics of audio cloning. The attacker takes a short, public sample of the victim speaking, perhaps pulled from a social media profile, and feeds it through an AI processing node. The system outputs a flawless synthetic vocal imitation. As the synthetic waveform bypasses standard digital security firewalls, the attacker deploys spoofing technology. They trick caller ID systems so that when the victim's family members receive the synthetic audio, their phones display the victim's actual phone number. The attacker then deploys text generation AI, feeding it the victim's past writing. The software analyzes and mimics their precise tone, vocabulary, and messaging habits to blast fraudulent, reputation-damaging emails across their professional network. The technical barrier to entry has vanished. The capacity to obliterate an individual's personal and professional life is now available to anyone with an internet connection. The exact same consumer-grade tools executing intimate sabotage are currently dismantling multi-million-dollar corporate financial controls. In one documented case, the CEO of a subsidiary company received a phone call requesting an urgent transfer of $243,000. The voice on the other end perfectly replicated the parent company executive's accent and vocal patterns. The subsidiary CEO executed the transfer, only later realizing he was speaking to an audio clone. The threat extends directly into live interactions. Real-time deepfake technology, often called deep live or face swapping, alters a person's appearance and voice instantly on camera, eliminating the presumed safety of live video. A finance employee at a multinational firm received a video call invite from his CFO. He joined a live meeting populated by several of his colleagues, who all looked and sounded correct. Based on that live interaction, he disbursed $25 million. Every single person on that call was a real-time deepfake. The threat also comes from the inside. Rogue employees use image and text generators to forge digitized manual signatures, fake vendor contracts, and purchase orders. They use synthetic documents to siphon funds to external bank accounts or artificially inflate revenue to hit earnings targets. Traditional corporate security processes rely heavily on human verification and know-your-customer protocols. They require employees to accurately identify the person on the other end of a transaction. Those protocols are unequipped to block AI-generated synthetic fraud at scale. The widespread public awareness of deepfakes has created a secondary societal crisis. This visualizes the liar's dividend. Because the public expects synthetic media, guilty parties avoid accountability by claiming genuine evidence is fake. As those fractured pieces hit filtering nets, safeguards fail. Real and fake evidence slip through. Barely 3,000 of 100,000 detection models actually stop sophisticated fakes. Software cannot reliably separate fact from fiction, and bad actors are actively exploiting the resulting confusion. Human skepticism is the only remaining functional defense. Navigating a post-truth digital landscape requires a rigorous cognitive protocol. Digital literacy experts call it the SIFT framework. The first step is to stop. Before acting on an unexpected request, pause. The second step is to investigate the source. Scrutinize the metadata, verify the exact email address or phone number, and confirm whether standard internal controls are being bypassed. Third, find better coverage. Validate the request through a completely separate communication channel. If you get a strange email, call the person directly. Finally, trace the context. Track the messaging back to its original origin to verify the request aligns with standard operating procedures. Whether you are defending a Fortune 500 balance sheet or a personal reputation, abandoning the concept of seeing is believing in favor of a zero-trust verification mindset is the required survival skill of the generative AI era.